Hello guys, well once again I'm here with you and I wanted to share another experience that we went through together, my husband and I. It was our first experience that we had to struggle together. It was very stressful and we had to to keep us up one another to go through this. And at the end, as always, God turns things into the right way, even if it's different than we expected sometimes. So I want to share with you our experience of our wedding. As you know, my husband is from Canada and I'm from Europe, so we decided to make two weddings, one in the States and one in Portugal. And in the States, the wedding went really nice. I was so happy there because everything was as I wanted it, as I prepared it in my mind. It was very natural, very rustic, and very simple at the same time. We had just fruits for a meal, like very nice decorated, and nuts and juices. That was all that we had as our meal, our wedding meal. I can just say it was very nice. And we made that wedding the 4th of June, and then the other wedding in Portugal we had the 8th of June. So the next day we had to fly out from the States to come back here, so I had at least one day to prepare everything for the wedding here, because I didn't want to come really the last minute. So we went to the airport and we found out that our flight won't be flying over to Portugal that day, so we had to wait for the next day. As it is an over-Atlantic flight, they don't have it more times a day, but just once. So I got really stressed out that night because I thought, okay, well, if I arrive the day of the wedding at 5 o'clock in the morning, I still have time until 1 o'clock to be at my wedding and to get my hair done and to be prepared. So, but I didn't like it, but I accepted it, and so we slept that night. I didn't sleep very much because I was so stressed out, and we took the next flight the next day. So in the flight I tried to sleep, but I couldn't really. So I was really tired out. I didn't sleep. The night before I didn't sleep in the airplane. We arrived at 5 o'clock in the morning in Portugal, Lisbon, and as we were waiting for our baggage, I realized that my baggage wasn't coming. Everybody picked up their baggage and I was without a baggage. And in that baggage I had my wedding dress, I had my accessories, I had my veil, my shoes, everything that a bride needs was in that baggage. And it was the wedding dress that I so wanted, and I really loved it. And I mean, you know, as a bride, that is what you want, and you prepare 1 year before it, or at least half a year before it. You already make your illusions in your head. Well, that's what I will be dressing, that's how the decoration will look like, and everything. So as this was actually the big wedding in Portugal, I was stressed out without a wedding dress, and I went there to check to see what happened with my baggage, and well, they found out it stayed in Boston, so I couldn't get my baggage back. And I said, well, today is my wedding day, what do I do now? Because I have no wedding dress, I have nothing. And I started crying because I was so upset, and my husband was like, don't get upset, I understand you so well, and we will find a solution somehow. The thing is, I didn't have much money with me, and I said, well, I don't want to buy another wedding dress, and not last minute, like, and they said, well, you have to go and buy another wedding dress, and the company will take that expenses on them. And I thought, okay, well, then I have to go and see if I find a wedding dress. So first, a friend of mine, which was in Lisbon, told me, well, there is a woman that has a wedding dress. She just got married some time ago. I can see if I like it and try it. So I went there, and it was a very, very big wedding dress, like with a lot of layers on it, and I don't really like that. And it had a veil that was running like 2 meters behind, and it was just not something that I wanted. And I got in despair because it was already 8 o'clock or 9 in the morning, and where the wedding was, it was still like 2.5 hours away from Lisbon. So I said, whatever, I will put on my beach dress, which was a white, very simple dress. And I called my mom and said, well, pack that dress into your baggage and bring it to the wedding because I will put it on there. Like, it was so despairing. I don't know if you can imagine it. Like, you go to your wedding and you have nothing. Like, you are in jeans and you are in normal clothes, and you are just thinking, oh Lord, why is this happening to me right now? And can you fix this situation somehow? And how will you do it? Because, I mean, you made everything work out so right until now, and why is this happening? And, well, I said, we will go on, we will just stop in Leiria, which is in between of Lisbon and the place where the wedding was, and somebody organized that I can make my hair in that city. So I went there and I made my hair. It was, because it was last minute, I couldn't check really prices or anything, and they were using the situation in that I was to get more money out. So they asked a lot of money to make very simple hair, and they made my makeup, and they put so much makeup on because I'm more a simple person. I don't like really looking like I have makeup on me. So, and that I wanted for my wedding too. I wanted maybe a little bit retouching because I was so tired. I hadn't slept the last 2 nights and I was black in my face and pale, and I just wanted them to make me look a little bit more happier than I really was. So, but they put so much makeup on, so the way in the car I tried to take all that stuff off of me so I don't arrive so painted at my wedding. And before we left the city, a girl that was with me in the car, she said, look, here is a wedding store. It is a very small one, but we can check. So I went there and I checked, and the prices were like 1,000 and 300-400 for a dress, a really ugly dress, like not even the nicest ones. And I said, I can't pay that. It's just too much for me now. I mean, I paid already the other dress. I can't afford to pay another dress. And even if the company will pay it for me, I can't, well, waste so much. So that's how I gave up too. So I said, no, we will move on. And when we turned out the corner, there was another wedding store. So she said, we'll try it here too. And I said, okay, but that's the last one that we try. And I went in there, I was crying. My makeup was running away anyway because I cried so much. And I told the woman crying, well, my wedding is in 1 hour and I have no wedding dress and I have nothing to go to my wedding. And the woman smiled at me and said, don't worry, we will fix you. We will make you the beautiful bride that you need to be for your wedding day. And I said, well, how much will that cost, you know? And they said, don't worry about that. We have here some dresses that are really cheap, like around 200-300. And you can just get one of these dresses. We will give you all the accessoires that you need, like shoes and well, some stuff for your hair, so you don't look really like not a bride. and you don't have to care about that. You just bring it to us back when you are done with the wedding, like the next 2 days. And I said, really, you will do that? And they said, well, the dress we can't take back, but the other stuff you can just bring it back. And I said, well, I don't have really money. And they say, don't worry. I mean, if you want, you can leave your passport, but we trust you. And so, wow, I'm so in stress. And I said, where's the husband? I said, well, he's in the car. And he said, bring him here too, so we will dress him up too. And so they started dressing us both up, and I was in one cabin, he was in the other cabin. And when I came out, he came out too, and we looked at each other and we were like, wow, we really look like for a wedding. And I said, well, God really made it so perfect, like to find somebody that really prepares you for your wedding, like also trying to fix your hair a little bit nicer and putting your shoes on like Cinderella shoes. And I was, wow. I even in the other wedding I had not shoes like those, and well, it was really nice, and I was really thankful that everything went out. I came to the wedding a little bit late, but the people were already eating and waiting for us, so it was okay. And at the end I thought, well, God really worked it out so well. At 5 o'clock in the morning I was so down that I thought this day will be ruined. All the people from around Europe came to this wedding just to have no wedding. And my mom was crying on the other end because she thought I have no dress and everything. And I arrived there and she looked at me, wow, you're so beautiful. And the people said, wow, what a nice dress. I didn't like that dress so much as my first dress, but I mean, it was a beautiful dress for a wedding, so I was really thankful for that. And the most important thing was that we enjoyed it all together, because it was family, it was best friends, it was just such a beautiful atmosphere. It was not too hot, it was not too cold, it was just perfect, and the food was good, and everybody was happy, and we played games, and it was just very natural, and everybody shared testimonies and experiences with us, and it was so nice. And I was really thankful that God turned something so complicated, so dark at the morning out in something so bright in the evening. And that's how God works, actually, because in the moments when you think there's everywhere darkness, you really can't see through, you can't go through anymore, and you're all alone and nobody will help you, He finds a way. And there are always thousands of ways, but and there comes one way that you never thought that it will be this way. So it's really so beautiful, and I'm so thankful that God always finds the best way that you have to go through. You just have to trust Him, which is sometimes a little bit difficult for me, but I'm still learning this. And well, I wanted to let you be part of the story, and to learn maybe to trust Him in every situation, because He will never let you go down. Well, I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up and share it also with others.